The creation of seasons. The first people on Earth had to endure winter for an entire 12 months of the year. Most of the land was covered by massive moving layers of ice and deep snow. No trees or bushes or flowers could survive in the harsh dripping cold. The lakes and rivers were frozen so no water flowed. It was a land of endless cold. One day, when the first people were out hunting, they came upon a bear who had a sack around his neck. The hunters were very curious and asked the bear, "What's in the sack?" The bear growled and replied that he had filled the sack with the endurance of summer warmth and light. The hunters wanted the sack and offered to trade, but the bear would not part with his sack. The hunters begged the bear, but he still refused to give up his sack. When they saw that it was useless to argue any longer, they decided to return to their people and think of some plan to take away the covered sack. The chief heard the entire story and called his people together to arrive at a plan of how to take the sack away from the reluctant bear. They decided to lure the bear to a great feast, fill him with food, and he when he would sleep, steal the sack. A tempting feast of moose and caribou was prepared. The hunters searched for the bear and located him. They asked the bear to attend to the feast in his honor, and the bear reluctantly accepted. The bear arrived in the evening, but he did not have the sack around his neck. Although disappointed, the people served the feast anyway. The bear ate his fill and fell asleep. The chief was frustrated and wanted the sack. He ordered four of the best hunters in the village to follow the bear home and steal the sack by any means. The next morning, the bear awoke and bid the chief and his people farewell. The four hunters followed closely behind the bear for about an hour. When they came up a large cave, peering inside, they spotted the sack laying upon the cave floor with two black bears guarding it. The hunters were very curious, and they sprang into the cave, demanding the sack. A fierce fight killed three of the hunters and mortally wounded the fourth. But before he died, he grabbed the sack and unleashed the endurance of summer and light. Instantly, the air became warm, the sky filled with bright sunlight. The snow melted into the rivers and lakes. The hills and valleys were covered with trees, flowers, and bushes. Strange birds flew in great numbers and built a nest and stream filled with fish. Every year since that time, summer came to Dane.